Close Sports Pulse, USA Today Sports. Michael Middlehurst Schwartz looks at the top 5 quarterbacks of the 2018 NFL Draft and the teams that would be the best fit for each. USA Today Sports. Ryan Lindley was a few beers deep. He was in an NFL game and talking to his friends and agents at Rep 1 Sports, who were in another client. It was 2016. Lindley's career as an NFL quarterback almost certainly was about to end. He was holding out hope that some team, any team, would call. Somehow, we got to talking about what they were doing to coach their quarterbacks coming up in the draft, and to be candid, those beers had me going off the cuff, Lindley told USA Today Sports. So I said to them, you know, if you want somebody to do it well, you gotta get somebody who has played kinda jokingly, but half serious I do way better than anybody you've used so far. The calls never came, so his agents made him an offer. He became the firm's quarterback coach for incoming rookies and would train Jared Goff, the eventual #1 pick to the Los Angeles Rams, and Carson Wentz, the #2 to the Philadelphia Eagles. It was just the latest example in a trend that has become ubiquitous. Former NFL quarterbacks, in particular those who washed out without much on-field success, have not only evolved into private coaches, but ones who are in high demand. This spring, Jordan Palmer of QB Summit is working with Southern California's Sam Darnold and with Wyoming's Josh Allen. John Beck of 3D QB is training with UCLA's Josh Rosen, and Jimmy Clausen is instructing Oklahoma's Baker Mayfield. Lindley is coaching Washington State's Luke Falk, a projected mid-round prospect, but has also worked with Mitchell Trubisky of the Bears. More, from factory job to Division II, Nathan Shepard has taken winding path to NFL draft. More, Aurora shooting survivor Zach Goldich hopes perseverance leads to NFL draft opportunity. More, after leaving San Francisco 49ers after one season to protect his health, Chris Borland isn't looking back. But what is it, exactly, about certain former pro passers who struggled to find their own success that makes them good guides? For one, they have seen the NFL from plenty of different angles. None of us had stellar careers, Beck told USA Today Sports. But we hung around the league long enough to be a part of different systems. Although that isn't the most ideal thing for our playing careers, it has actually been beneficial in our current careers. I didn't play in 1 or 2 or 3 offenses. I played in a bunch. It gives you different views and perspectives and ideas, so that when it comes to preparing young guys, it helps me. Lindley, Beck, and Palmer, not counting brief stints spent with teams in the off-season, collectively played for 10 different coaches during their careers, which spanned 16 combined seasons. In 24 total games, including 13 starts, the three completed 291 of 531, 54.8%, passes for 2,855 yards and 6 touchdowns, and tossed 20 interceptions. Yet despite their own bumps in their playing days, these quarterbacks turned coaches draw on personal and professional relationships with some of the game's greats. 3D QB lists Tom Brady, Patriots, Drew Brees, Saints, Matthew Stafford, Lions, and Matt Ryan, Falcons, among its clients, and it also has worked with Aaron Rodgers, Packers. At a recent training session with Rosen, 6 starting NFL quarterbacks were also on the field. When Lindley trained Trubisky last spring, Wentz, Goff, and Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger all stopped by Rep 1's agency in Irvine, California, to offer pointers. Each coach devotes significant resources to on-field drills that hone footwork, mechanics, body positioning, and velocity. The players spend extensive time reviewing film and learning plays and language found throughout the NFL. Palmer not only installs multiple offenses with his quarterbacks, but he also quizzes them on every defense, every coverage that they might face. They've played football from 5th grade and can have careers until they're 35, Palmer told USA Today Sports. This is the only 3 months where they can focus on personal development. No school, no teammates, no other distractions. With the right coaching, there's no reason why they can't get 20% better. Darnold once dreaded public speaking, so Palmer mandated that he give speeches at charity events to boost his confidence as good reps for future marketing and service opportunities. At a youth camp, Palmer also made Darnold install the defense in front of the entire group. It's really cool to get that experience from him, mixed with the business-savvy person that he is, to get that perspective as well, Darnold told USA Today Sports. When we go to the NFL and become professionals, we're trying to sell ourselves to companies. We're trying to be the best brand that we can be. Jordan has done a great job of that throughout his career, and I'm just trying to do the same thing. Though Lindley, Beck, and Palmer each, more or less, described their coaching careers as a matter of happenstance, all said they only expected more former fringe quarterbacks to make their way into the field. In fact, one of them pointed to a pair of NFL head coaches, one of whom just won the Super Bowl. Not to say that Pro Bowl players can't bring a lot to the table, but my nightmare is your lesson, Lindley said. Look at Eagles coach Doug Peterson. Look at Colts coach Frank Reich. Those are two guys I've been influenced by. Being a backup for most of your career, and being that guy who had to claw for a roster spot every training camp, every offseason, every week, it kept you dialed. To be honest with you, we didn't have the supreme talent a lot of these other guys had, but we knew where to enhance our game just by being savvy. That's what helps us become good teachers. We had to go through all the basic steps to get it done on the level of being just okay enough to stay in the league. What allows these guys that we're teaching, guys who are vastly more talented, to present the whole package. Follow Lorenzo Reyes on Twitter @LorenzoGrice.